What's up, y'all? How are we doing?
Tired.
I said y'all like I'm talking to more people than just you.
I know. But hey, it is though.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, welcome to the first episode of Dad Talks.
Dad Talks. It's gonna be cringy, so
Yeah, just have to bear with us. This is the first official episode, so if you're watching this, sorry.
Congratulations and sorry all at once.
At the same time, yeah. But
I'll say the whole point of this too, we literally just talked about it right before, is just trying to give dad advice while we learn.
Yeah.
Short-lived experiences, but we have them.
Yeah.
So.
We want y'all to learn with us, not from us.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he just turned a month old 2 days ago.
I feel like you just had him.
I know.
Yeah, that was quick. And I have a 16-month-old who is starting her toddler tantrums, and it's great. And my patience is tested every day.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess like the big thing is what we would love to answer questions for the next episode before we get started. I'm thinking like we could have them give us questions for the
absolutely.
episode too.
Like, if you guys have questions on like anything that we have learned, like we want to be able to answer them to the best of our ability.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
But I guess to go ahead and get started is, what has this past week looked like, good and bad, as a dad? So like this past week,
dude, this past week's been cool too. The whole trip to Disney has been really cool.
You guys you just went to Disney.
Yeah.
How was that, taking a 1-year-old to Disneyland or Disney World? Sorry.
No, it was fun. I think the biggest challenge was the 14-hour drive, which I made all the way through in one night, and she only slept half the time.
You mean your wife didn't help drive?
No.
I'm just kidding. I hope Kirsten doesn't watch this.
Maybe I'm not alive for this next podcast. Yeah. The only episode we ever do. No, it was cool though. Amelia loved it. She loved Frozen. So we bought her a stuffed Olaf. We did a Frozen show, which they have like bubbles come down as snow. And Amelia was obsessed, which is cool. Disney's like changed for me. I think because like when you and I used to go back when we lived in Florida, like it was so much fun for us to experience as adults and like go on rides and, drink around the world and stuff like that. But like I really got to see what the magic at Disney was with a kid, like seeing her light up. So sick. That was literally the best part.
I know, I'm so excited for that moment with Oliver.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine, dude. Because I know you went with Amelia when she was real little.
Yeah, she was like 5 months.
And then now though, like with her actually being able to really react to things, I'm sure that was crazy.
It was a dramatic difference from like the first time and the second time. It was like the first time we saw Chewbacca, and everyone thought she was super cute. She had like the little ears on and everything, but now like she's running around, she's smiling. She was super scared of the stormtroopers though. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, well, I could see why. I could see why.
But it was cool. But getting back from Disney, the big thing is that she's now starting her meltdowns, which as like a toddler is not fun. And a new experience as a parent for me, like super testing of patience.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you like, I wouldn't know how to deal with that. I guess I'm going to find out soon enough.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like you learn to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Because I'm still not dealing with it well.
Yeah, it'd be hard for me to not want to like react emotionally.
Yeah, compose yourself.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Knowing it like it's just inevitable.
Yeah, that's true. I think it was fun, well, for me at least, is that her first one happened in Target, and I was at work all day, so Kirsten got to deal with that, and I didn't get to experience the first one, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Let the mom do the heavy loading for that one.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
So, how was your week for fatherhood?
It's been, I'd say the good is I just noticed like for the first time like how much he's grown already in a month.
Yeah.
So that's been exciting, and he's starting to smile, which is cool.
Is he recognizing like y'all?
Yeah, like he can tell like as soon as we get near, like his emotions will change.
That's awesome.
So like that's been pretty cool. It's been crazy, like not anything at all what I like expected it to be like.
It's awesome and challenging,
Yeah.
but it's so fun.
Hence why I got the largest size possible coffee at Starbucks, because, dude, the
That
one
lack
thing
of
they
sleep.
like, I know everyone makes jokes about it, but you are not going to get sleep.
No.
With an infant. Like, it's just with a newborn. You're just not going to.
We got super lucky with Amelia. Like, she decided to sleep in her own bed through the night at 3 months.
Wow.
Those first 3 months were hard, but after that, it's been a dream.
Yeah.
And like most parents, they struggle with the sleep thing for a while. So I think setting a good schedule, like, changes you as parents, too.
Yeah.
So I would be a grumpy if I did not get sleep this entire time we've had a kid.
Yeah. That was what I was going to say. For the week is my bad.
Yeah.
Like, the good is obviously just seeing him grow, because he's still so young that, like, it's not been, like, a crazy shift. But the bad has been, like, I'd say scheduling for, like, personal stuff. I guess.
Like learning to...
Like, learning to, like, you just don't have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
As a new dad. Like, I know it gets better. But just right now, it's just a lot, because they need to be fed, like, every 2 hours. They need their diaper changed, like, every hour.
Yeah.
So, and it's just, obviously, like, I have Taylor who's with him right now, but, like, I don't know. I have to work. So as soon as I get home from work, she's been with him all day.
Yeah.
So then I can't just be like, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go do this. Like, it is now my job. Like, I have to my job is dad.
Yeah. You're clocking in.
Yeah, I just clocked out at work, clocking in as dad.
Absolutely.
And then I'm dad until, like, the morning.
Yeah.
Because she pumps, so I can still feed him. And then it's just tough. And then once it hits, like, the middle of the night, it's just anybody's. Like, we try to do, like, a rotation.
Yeah.
Like, I get him, then you get him. But you say that, and then as soon as you, like, get into it, or, she'll say, I'm so tired.
Yeah. And you're just
And
like, all right, I got to do it.
I'm like, geez, I am too. Like, there was funny the other day, Taylor walked downstairs into the living room, and we have, like, this little ottoman.
Yeah.
Like, it's not super small, but it's big enough to, like, curl up, like, in a fetal position on.
Yeah.
And I like, did it, and I fell asleep for an hour on an ottoman. Like, I didn't even mean to, because I sat down there to warm up his bottle. Like,
Sometimes it happens.
I just started warming his bottle of milk, and I sat down on it, and next thing I woke up in the fetal position on the ottoman. Like, dude, it's brutal. But I would say, like, just, I wasn't prepared for as much time that it would take up, or how, like, because, like, to me, like, I want to go to the gym still. Like, I haven't been to the gym. I was doing good at first, and then I haven't been to the gym in, like, 2 weeks, which has kind of had, like, a little of a toll on my mental side of things, because I feel like I'm starting to get, like, fat again. I'm not fat, but, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just feel sluggish, and I feel like I'm, like, losing myself a little bit in that aspect. But it's hard, because if I really want to get, like, I don't know, I can't just go to the gym for 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, like if you want a good workout, you have to put in the time.
And, like, I had, like, this schedule of, like, push, pull, legs. Not to sound like a meathead. I'm so small, but, like, I had the worst timing ever.
Yeah.
To finally lay out this plan to, like, get to the, like, into the shape that I want to get. I decided, let's do this a month before I have a kid. So,
Yeah, trying to keep a schedule is tough.
yeah. So I was doing that for a month, and then it's just tough. I think that's, like, the hardest part is, like, you just have to be prepared to, like, drop everything. You have your work, and then you have your kid. Like, there's not really, like, much else. And then once you get further into it.
Yeah, I mean, as it goes on, you figure out a little, like, tricks to
Yeah.
schedule things better, or to, like, better balance out with, like, team stuff. It's like, that's something that Kirsten and I worked on for a long time, was like, hey, I know you need this time to go do things. Like, yesterday, and the whole tantrum thing with Amelia, I was like, hey, you had to deal with that Saturday while I was at work all day. Like, why don't you take tonight? Like, why don't you go down shopping, go to the outlets? Like, I got Amelia. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
It's like learning those balances. That's the same, I mean, with the gym, too. I struggled for a while, like, trying to figure out when I could fit it in. It's like I don't have time. Like, I couldn't find time, and it got to the point where I was like, I just have to make time, or I'm never going to go do it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with, like, us starting this. Like,
Yeah.
we just had to make the time. Like, we had to commit, find a solution for, like, the problems with, like, childcare and things like that. Like, Amelia's at daycare right now, so we have the freedom to do this, but it does get better.
Yeah. But it's also hard, too, because we're not, like, we're in our 20s, still not really at a point in our career also where we want to be.
Yeah.
So I feel like the hard part too is just like I want to use my free time to like get better at like, which for me it's video.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I really discovered this past year that I want to keep doing. Hence is why like part of the reason I want to do this podcast, part of the reason I'm doing videos on my channel too, because that's like a way for me to do those things. But to do those things, I have to have time to do those things.
Yeah.
And eventually I want to get better. Like I want to do stuff for businesses, start my own videography business, but in order to do that, I have to use my free time to grow my skill set and grow my business.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
when do you have that time? Yeah.
Because I have to do my main job to pay the bills because I don't have enough money to like float for a little bit. So
yeah. I mean, I get that too. Is I want to put more time in photography and I want to get better, like, you know, really dial in my craft. But I have to spend some money to get some better things. And then it's like, well, I don't have the money because I have to pay for my child, or I have to pay for daycare every week, or the time. You got to pay for that time. It's like I can't take off work just to get better at photography. Yeah. It's like a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, and obviously, like having a kid, like that's a huge chunk of your life that you now have a lot of energy that has to go into this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is expected. I'm not like complaining about being a dad.
Like,
I'm so glad I'm a dad now, but it's just like I think that's just something that kind of doesn't get thought about enough. Like I was always aware that I would have to cut off some things or cut off some free time, but the cool thing is I feel like too is once they get to a certain age, I'm sure I guess I can't never experience, but you can start taking them with you when you do your hobbies.
Yeah, I mean, that was a cool thing too. Is like when we were at Disney, which was like really cool. Is I brought my camera and I just took photos of Amelia the whole time. Like it wasn't like what I particularly say like what I would normally try to go out and shoot, but it was experience. I got to like work with my gear and fiddle through my settings, like learning things quicker, and it was just a cool experience too. Like working with crowds and then like being able to capture those moments and edit those, and it's just more reps. And I get to spend time with my daughter. So it was like a win-win for that.
That's cool, man. And it's crazy. It's just, I don't know, that's awkward, but we didn't really have talking points for this episode because it's the first one, so like...
Just trying to find the vibe.
Just trying to fill it out.
Yeah.
Also, too, because next episode, if you guys comment some questions or just message me or DM us on Instagram or something, then we'll try to put those questions in the next episode if you have any questions. If you're a dad or thinking about being a dad or just want to ask us something that's not dad related, I don't care.
Yeah, we'll say, any of our life experiences, like we'd be able to pull from.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, I'd say something that I had to do that I never thought I would do was completely tear apart a washing machine and put it back together, which is like the first thing off my checklist as a dad that I got to do.
Yeah. So you sent me that picture and I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it was found out. Did I send you what was in the drain pump?
No.
A baby. It was his sock. So like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
A good tip. If for baby socks, like if they're mittens, you're supposed to put them in like a little bag.
Yeah, loose article bag.
And then that bag gets washed because baby socks fit inside of the
drain.
So.
Yeah, especially you have like the old top loader washer.
Yeah, it's the old top loader.
Yeah, so those are big drains.
Yeah, and they're not just like it's not like a little small thing you take off to get to the drain pump. You have to take apart the whole washing machine.
Gosh, it's funny too. Is like those tasks seem so daunting, but like when you're a dad, you just have to do it. Like I'm the man of the house. I got to figure it out.
I don't have someone I can call, and guess what? I'm not paying someone $150.
Dude, that's the thing. Is like, you just have to learn.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to be like, this might take me a little while, but I'm going to figure it out because I'm too poor to have someone else do it for me.
Yeah. It took me like not 2 days to do it, but I started doing it. And then there's a lot of water in the washer.
Yeah.
And I don't have a shop vac.
Yeah.
And so like there wasn't a good way to really drain the water.
Yeah.
So I just started doing it thinking it's just a basement.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really stupid.
You got water everywhere?
I got a little bit of water, so I put the hose back on it, and then I started working on this like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, of course.
So then I waited till the next day, and then we had enough clothes to at least get us by for a day.
Yeah.
But then I went to Walmart and had to buy a shop vac, which I needed one anyway. But yeah, but it was really annoying. But then it felt really cool afterwards.
It's super rewarding when you're able to fix something. You're like, oh, I did that myself.
Yeah.
Like I learned. I mean, that's how I got into working on cars too. Is like we had a problem. We were too poor, and you just got to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, I ain't paying someone else $1,000 to change my brakes. I'll do it myself, and hope my truck still stops when I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's like the first time I think in my life, like, because I'm not really a handy person. I'm not a handyman by any means.
Yeah.
So that was like the first time that I felt like I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Saw a problem, you fixed it.
Yeah. But honestly, like that night, or that night before that, I had just watched maybe Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
That new, like that racing movie that's based off the video game. And I saw the appeal to like why like working on a car would feel so awesome.
I want to see that movie really bad, actually.
It's really good. I actually really liked it. But I also love Orlando Bloom. So
yeah, of course, of course.
But
shout out Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Shout out Pirates of the Caribbean. So I saw the appeal with cars, and it made me like, because for y'all watching, I have this dream to create, like, I love the outdoors. I want an overland vehicle so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I want a vehicle that can get me anywhere, any conditions of weather. I can go somewhere, camp, and, like, just, that's, like, my dream. And so I should probably know a little bit about cars if I want to do that.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't
get stranded somewhere.
Yeah. But also, like, I don't have a lot of money. So right now I'm looking at trucks. I've been scouring Facebook Marketplace. I found the perfect truck the other day, missed out on it.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is a deep hole.
So, my goal is to find a truck for like $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah.
Which, if you find a truck for $1,000 or $2,000, it's not in good condition.
No, you got to put some work into her.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited because that made me like motivated to like finally like really go through with it. Which I found that Mazda that was $1,000, and then I messaged the guy. He said I could meet him, but I wasn't available until like 2 days later.
Yeah.
And then sold it between the times. It was too good of a deal, but it was another example of having a kid.
Yeah.
You can't just jump off the couch and be like, cool, let me go look at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was almost bought a Bronco like a year ago because of that. Like I was a Facebook Marketplace. I was like, I really want to buy an old Bronco and fix it up because I was like, we have very similar tastes in like those old vehicles and wanted something 4-wheel drive. It's like we live right on the coast, drive that thing on the beach.
Yeah.
Would look so sick. And I couldn't have anyone watch Amelia, and I didn't have a trailer. And I had to wait somebody else, and never came through. So missed out on a beautiful Sport 2 Bronco. I don't dream about that thing all the time.
Dude, oh my god, dude, once that day comes where I finally have that vehicle and I have it set up, like it's
gonna be surreal.
Yeah.
Dude,
but that's what I'm saying. Once we both have those vehicles, we're just gonna take them on the beach, take them to the mountains,
drive them everywhere,
have some like crazy family trips.
Yeah, it would be sick too. Is like camping trips with the family. Like it'd be so much fun.
But we can't do that until we get these vehicles, and we can't get those vehicles until we have money, and we can't get money until you guys subscribe.
We are poor. Oh man.
But no, for real, that is like the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Because we're not just gonna be doing a podcast. Like the podcast is our way of like talking, but then once we have more time, we want to do some like cool, fun videos too, like taking some camping trips, or you want to like keep upgrading this garage.
Yeah.
Turn it to like the ultimate man cave.
Man cave, cool studio. Like we can do like our photography, videography. It's like y'all can't see it, but we got a 93 S10 that was Caleb's in this garage that I bought from him. Engine swapping it, like just cool, like trying to do cool dad things. Make it a fun, fast little truck. And then we'll have the Overlanders. That'll be sick.
Yeah, dude.
Get there eventually.
Some big plans, but
yeah, chip away at them is like what we're trying to do, I think.
I think that's like definitely one of my biggest downfalls is I don't do something until I feel like I'm like already at this level.
Yeah, like, hey, I have to be excellent before I can perform.
Yeah, but you can't perform if you don't have anything.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's like both of our problems. We're big dreamers, and like we've had tons of ideas for our time friendships. Like, there's so many things that we've wanted to do. Like, we started a clothing business once.
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah,
and like it did pretty well.
For a
and
short
then I
period.
moved.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't that what happened?
It was, yeah, you went to Colorado. It was like right after high school.
Hey, right after high school.
Yeah, we were in college at that point, but before I dropped out 3 times.
Yeah. Before I moved to Florida and dropped out. And then went back, but still.
Yeah. Hey, you finished.
Yeah. Barely.
Still counts. You got that paper.
I also have that debt.
Yeah, you do. Glad you made the
Yeah.
joke I wanted to.
Yeah. That sucks. Don't go to college if you don't know what you want to do yet. That's my biggest piece of advice that's not dad related.
Yeah.
College is great if that's like a stepping stone you need to get
To pursue a
to
career.
pursue a career that you know you want. But like, I went to college blind. Not actually blind like Chris, but
Thanks.
if you didn't know, he's blind in one eye, I'm deaf in one ear, so.
We're handicapped dads.
But yeah, I went into like college blindly, like not knowing what I wanted to do, thinking because I was just told by teachers, parents, everything.
Everybody, it was definitely pushed for us.
Especially at that age, like
Yeah.
that time frame. Like now, I think it's not as big of like people don't push it as hard, but
Yeah,
went to college, like I'll just go to college and then within 2 years I'll figure out what I want to do. Definitely didn't happen.
yeah, I mean, that was my biggest problem. I didn't know what to do, and I was like, why am I spending money?
Yeah.
And so I'd drop out, and I think I know what I want to do, but when you're 18,
No,
you don't know
you
what
don't.
you want to do.
Yeah,
I'm 28, and I still struggle with like what I want to pursue
yeah.
full time. Like
That's what
what
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just figured out this year what I enjoy doing, and who knows if I want to do that in 5 years from now. But
Yeah, isn't that drive you nuts that like you're expected to like pick something and be like, hey, you got to do this the rest of
Yeah.
your life.
You're stuck doing this for at least the next 30 years, and if you hate it, your life's just gonna suck.
Yeah.
Because life sucks, then you die.
That was the best piece of advice your dad ever gave me.
I honestly think that quote has like been a huge motivator for me to not settle.
Yeah.
Like it sounds dumb, but like my dad has never said that seriously. He's never
It's
like
always been a joke.
that always been a joke, but he said it so much that it made me think
I don't want my life
I
to
don't want
suck.
my life to suck and then die.
Yeah, like I want there to be a purpose. I want to like feel something like throughout it.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just I think that I don't even know where we were talking about.
Like
I tried to find my way-
college.
Yeah.
Oh man, all of it.
Uh,
But that, yeah, I mean, we're finding like what we're passionate about now, and like we said, it could change,
Yeah.
but
it's never too late.
no, and that's the thing. It's like that's why we're pursuing this. It's
What
like
I-
why you're pursuing
yeah.
videography.
Would I like to be a little bit further along? Would I like to be a little bit more financially stable at this point? Sure.
yeah, I mean that's.
But we're still in our 20s. Like
we're young.
we're young.
My back doesn't
I need to-
feel
I
that
was-
way, but
I know. Dude, the other day I had to stop walking up the steps.
Bro, we were driving the drive home from Florida. We decided that we were going to spend some time in St. Augustine. Like you and I love St. Augustine. My
Yeah.
wife loves St. Augustine, and so we we went to dinner to our favorite restaurant there, and then we drove to just Savannah, Georgia. So like a 3-hour drive. Stayed the night. I don't know what happened to me, but I got sick, and I threw up the next morning, like before our drive, and I threw my back out throwing up.
No way.
Dude! I literally was sitting in
That's
the car.
like the
and I was
lamest thing ever.
Oh, dude. I was like sitting there and I'm like, I'm in so much pain right now. And Kirsten's like, it's because you threw your back out throwing up, didn't you? And I was like, no, it's because I haven't been stretching. And then I was like, God, I'm old. I'm talking about I didn't stretch. I'm hurt. And she goes, no, you threw your back out throwing up. And I was like, you're right. Like, dude, I was in so much pain.
Dude, that sucks.
It was like 2 days. I was like struggling to move a little bit. It was awful. And that's when I realized I'm not young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how I did it. I probably did something stupid, but my friend Rick, who's the editor from J Stew, he threw his back out brushing his teeth.
Yeah, no way.
Shout out Rick real quick. But anyway, yeah.
Just roasted
Yesterday,
him.
I was going up the stairs. I forget why. I was just going upstairs for something. Taylor was on the couch downstairs, and I literally get halfway up the stairs. And I just go. And I had to like grab the stairs to stop because like if I lift my leg any higher, like my back foot was gonna snap. I just stood for a second and I was like, okay, good.
Figured it out.
But it hasn't gone away. It's like
One of those
I
continuous
just keep
pains.
having like this back spasm like right in the middle of my back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I slept on it weird, but
Isn't that crazy too? It was like I could sleep on a concrete floor when I was like 18 and like be totally fine the next day. And now if I sleep on my perfectly comfortable bed the wrong way, my back hurts for like a few days.
yep, it's pretty dumb.
Oh yeah. It's all those baby deadlifts. And they just get heavier.
Yeah, I honestly think like part of it is like the way that I sit sometimes when I'm feeding him.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's like I'm like
You rounded your back a
too
little too
slouched
much.
or something because I'm trying to like I'm more worried about his posture
And yours is struggling?
than mine. Where if I'm like this, he might be like leaning in, but if I do this, it's so easy to rest him on a pillow.
Yeah.
That's probably it, honestly.
Things we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to learn to like squat down to pick Amelia up sometimes because like she's small, like she like asks to be up, and it's like, oh, I need to squat. I don't need to deadlift my daughter. My low back can't handle it anymore. She's 23 pounds, I think now.
Dang.
Huge. I feel like she was literally just born and she was 7 pounds. Like it goes by so quick.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Oliver was born literally like a few days ago.
Yeah. I was like, Kirsten and I talk about it all the time. I was like, I
Month.
still feel like you were just pregnant. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that was literally like a week ago.
Yeah, it's so weird. Even Taylor, I remember just seeing her like pregnant for so long now.
Yeah, you're like,
And now she's
what
just,
happened?
Yeah.
Like, where'd your stomach go?
I know, it's so weird how that works.
Yeah.
Especially like I literally had to hold Taylor's legs up while she delivered.
Yeah.
And like seeing all that. It's just seeing like how everything is now is like, holy crap.
Yeah.
The female body's insane.
Dude, it's incredible. And I could never.
Nope.
Never.
If I knew that I had to go through that to have a kid,
Never. Nope.
I would not
Wouldn't
be a
happen.
dad.
Nope. I had an easy job.
Mm-hmm.
I had the enjoyment.
Yeah. Really easy job.
It was a great job.
Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
But
Oh, man.
yeah. This is just kind of like hopefully you're taking away some
Something, yeah.
information out of this, and like we said, like if there's specific things you want to know more about, just ask us. Like we're this stage, like I've got a month old and I'm not where I want to be in my career, but I'm working there. So based off that information, if you want to know what that's like,
Yeah, I mean,
if in the same situation, if you're not,
I think we're like, we both just want to like take you on the journey of like the experience that we have with like what our goals are. Like,
yeah.
we know that we want to get better at photography. Like, we want to build a business together, but we also like want to be able to help other people. And
Yeah.
it's like our advice is just going to be like what our experience is.
Yeah.
But if we can help, I think that'd be huge.
Yeah. I think it's exciting that we're not at this place yet where we want to be. I think it's like kind of fun. Like,
Yeah.
how can we like navigate what we're going through while being dads?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hope there's a few people out there going through the same thing.
Yeah, I think there is. I think there's
So.
like a lot of dads, like just like knowing a few, like our friends are starting to become
Yeah.
dads too. Like we're having this like trickle effect of like everybody being parents, but like we don't want to fall into like we're just content. Like we want to chase our dreams.
Yeah.
And like what that looks like with a kid is huge. So
Yes, I think the biggest thing, so like the thing that I think we should end with for this first episode is like what are your goals for this channel and goals as a dad for this upcoming year?
this year,
Yeah.
oh man, goals for a dad. I think I just want to be a little more patient. And like I feel like that's something that I struggled with a lot before I was a dad. It's like I would lose my cool pretty quickly or things like that. But like knowing that like I want to be the kind of dad who's like patient with my daughter, like will get on her level, because like I said in the beginning, those tantrums are not easy. Like being able to like know that she's just trying to express emotion and she can't talk yet.
Yeah.
And like just build on like being patient and being present too. It's like I want to be a dad who's there. My dad was there as much as he could be, being in the Navy and always traveling and stuff. But like, I want to take what I thought my dad did well and do it better. I think it's like my biggest goal. And then probably for the channel is just to be like, to keep pushing myself into uncomfortable situations. Like, this is hard.
Yeah, it's really
This is super hard.
we both are not great at like communicating on camera.
No.
Like I know, especially for you, like you've never really done anything like this.
No. So you have the experience with J Stu, but
That's like it's just totally different. Like
Yeah.
because it's not intimate.
Yeah.
Like, I've never done anything like this.
You know, it's uncomfortable, and like I want to be better at putting myself in uncomfortable situations. Like, it's hard, and I want to do hard things, and I think that like doing this and committing to it, I think is like probably going to be the biggest challenge, is like making sure that we keep doing it. But I want to be consistent. I think it's like I'm putting myself in that situation, and I'm consistently showing up.
Yeah, because this isn't even like we're hoping that you guys learn some things from us as we talk.
Yeah.
But we're also learning things from each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this honestly, to be honest, like half the reason we're doing this is like an excuse for us to hang out.
Yeah, which like we talked about time is like we barely have time to do like some of our interests. It's like let alone spend time with friends or things like that. It's like this is definitely a way for us to do it.
Yeah, so it allows us to hang out while also feel like we're like working towards something.
Yeah, I agree.
But
learning.
we need our women to see the value in it as well. So the more subscribers we get, the more they'll let us keep hanging out.
This is true. Our friendship relies on you.
Yeah.
So
smash the subscribe button. But yeah, I think for me, from a perspective of a dad, I think I need to be more considerate of Taylor. Even though yes, it's not really related to Oliver, but like kind of like I feel like I don't know. I can be. I don't think selfish is like the right way to put it, but I'm very like introverted person.
Yeah.
Like whether it's with her or it's with, it doesn't matter who it's with. Like I need time alone before I can do things. But when you're a dad, that's kind of out the window.
Yeah.
So, like I try to find ways to fit it in, but I think like I don't know, helping her out more, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like I could be a little bit more helpful of like whenever I'm off work, making sure I'm like taking the load off her plate, because that'll ultimately allow her to be a better mom.
Yeah.
And me be a better dad.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too, is like being a dad's like you have to just continuously sacrifice, and you're not going to get rewarded for it, and you're not going to get a pat on the back, but you just got to like do it.
I think that's something I've learned, even just being a dad for a month. Like being a good dad is not just about being loving to your child, but it's also about finding balance with your partner.
Yeah.
Because like it's hard to be a good parent if your relationship's not doing well.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I've seen that from my parents, who are like, thank God we're still together, but like there's been some rough patches.
Yeah.
And like when they were bad,
it trickles.
Like it trickles, and then the relationship that I have with my parents is bad. Not because I'm mad at them for being mad at each other, but it's just like there's just negativity.
Yeah, and a child just is literally going to feel it and feed off of it. So,
I think that's definitely like a big one. And I think for this channel, kind of similar to what you said, like to stay motivated to keep doing this, because it's fun. Like this is sitting down and hanging out. This has actually been fun talking about it.
Yeah.
I was nervous at first. I thought it was going to be like super awkward the whole time.
Yeah, I feel like there's a point where we kind of get comfortable with whatever we're talking about. So
I feel like it was like after like 5-6 minutes in, I kind of like started to forget about the cameras and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to not look at them.
Yeah, I think staying motivated. Yeah, I know. Staying motivated and like really like trying to just stay creative and think of like other things we can create, like other videos. Like I really want to build a mini ramp.
Yes.
Like we've been talking about this for years.
Yeah, we've talked literally since I moved into this place.
I think we should, for like the next video, what we'll do is we'll get like a whiteboard or something, and then we'll actually like write out like the things that we're going to do. Like we're going to have the Dad Talks podcast, and then mini ramp, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
like stuff that we're going to do in 2024 that we have talked about for ages.
Yeah, absolutely.
We live in Delaware. You can't skate anywhere.
Yeah, I'll say might as well build it in our backyard. And that's like a cool thing too, is like we learned to skate 7 years ago. It was like when we started.
Yeah, we started.
And like, obviously you're never done learning skating, but like we want to be able to share that passion with our kids.
Yeah.
And like what a better place to do it than our backyard.
Yeah. Oh man, that should have been my goal for being a dad. Like I like the Taylor thing. I was really sweet.
Yeah,
but like I feel like another thing like is like I don't want to be a lame dad.
Yeah.
And I don't mean lame in the sense of like I wear like my pants all high and tight and like I'm like boring, but like also just like I think it might sound selfish at first. Like I think it's important for, as a dad or anybody, to continue to do the things that you enjoy that aren't necessarily your job. Like, pursue your passions or hobbies, the things that are fun.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, I don't know, whether it's like overlanding, going camping, stuff like that, or whether for you, if it's painting or, I don't know, anything that you enjoy doing, like, even if it's hard to find the time to do it, I think it's important to, because I know for me, growing up, like, it kind of made me upset. There were certain things that my parents, like, pursued when they were younger.
Yeah.
But then as they became parents and older, they stopped doing them.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it would have been, I don't know, I think it's important to have those hobbies and things that you do so you can show your kid versus just saying, like, I'm going to drop these, and so I'm just going to go to work and come home and make sure that they're taken care of.
Yeah, it's like a balance. Like, you don't want to lose yourself
Exactly.
while becoming a dad. Like, I want my child to be like, yo, my dad is a dope skateboarder. My dad's fantastic at photography. Like, something.
Yeah.
Like my kid knows me that, like, I'm passionate about something more than just my job or more than just being a dad. Like, and, like, the best way. Like, I really just want to show her that, like, I have something to share, too.
And even if like, Oliver doesn't want to do any of those things, like, if he doesn't have to take after anything that I do, but, like, I think even just him seeing me do things that bring me joy, and, like, not slowing down my life too much, and, like obviously there's, like, the time period right now where it is a little bit, but, like, when he's older, like, I'll be able to bring him along with me when I do things I enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, all those camping trips and stuff, I'll just bring him with me.
Yeah, and
like, when I
he'll
go
love that
skating
time.
or go to the beach or anything like that, I'll just bring him with me.
Yeah,
and, like, as I get older, I'm not going to try to, like, do anything crazy with skating, but, like, it's like one of the most fun ways for me to exercise.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of times that we've just stayed at a skate park all day and didn't realize how good of, like, a workout it was until the next day, and your legs hurt.
Yep.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Like, next episode, we'll write down all those things you want to do.
Write down some goals.
Yeah, like, we have to do them no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and we'll make those, like, separate videos.
Yeah, I mean, we have so much that we've talked about doing, and just need to do it.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll say. This is the year of doing. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
The do-do year.
The do-do year.
Oh, man.
This is the year that we stop talking and actually do it. So
stop talking on the podcast. Sorry, it's a terrible joke. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think this is the year we do it. We just do everything.
Yeah.
If we get an idea, we just do it. So, I don't know, I'm excited for it.
I think the whole thing's just going to be exciting. We're excited to share it, too.
Yeah.
It's our cringy podcast for a while, so.
Yeah, it's fun, though.
No, this has been cool. This is a little more, it was like I said earlier, it was like putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations. It's a little better than I thought it would be. I was like, right before we hit record, it was like, I feel like this is going to be terrible. And I feel like it's gone a lot better than expected.
Yeah. And then, like we said, make sure to ask us questions so we can have some things for next episode. And even if it's not questions, like, if you want to see, like, if you just have ideas for videos, like I said, we're not just doing podcast stuff on this. We want to just do, it's like I said, this is basically like Mondays for me and Chris to, like, hang out.
Yeah.
So even if it's like we're filming a video that's not a podcast, we'll film the podcast and then we'll film
the video.
Something. Or whatever we end up doing. But
yeah, and it's like we might, honestly, it's like we talked about the list, like showing you, like, what's on that list, like us knocking some out in the videos, stuff like that. Like, one of my goals for this upcoming year was to get that S10 driving before the summer. It was like, because I want to drive that all summer with the windows down. Mainly because the AC doesn't work.
That's not my fault, by the way.
No, it's not. The compressor's broke.
It was broke before AC didn't work when I had it.
Yeah, the good old 260, 2 windows down, 60 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
260 AC unit?
Oh, God, we're
The
getting
Carl
old.
Hawkins
Yeah,
joke.
that was a Carl Hawkins joke. Shout out, Dad. I got a load of those, and I never thought I'd use them. And then
that would be a fun episode.
What?
If we had both our dads on.
Yes. That
But
could
we
happen,
have to
too.
be a little bit successful before we bring them on it, so it's not embarrassing.
Yeah, this is true. They'd be like,
Like,
why are you sitting me down talking to
I
the
know.
camera?
Like, you have a channel, it has 10 subscribers.
Oh, man.
But that would be fun. That would be cool
a lot
to
of
do
fun.
at some point.
Yeah. And, like, you could see, like, what we learned from them.
Yeah.
And, like, what we want to share with our kids and stuff like that. And life experiences that they have so much more.
I think that would be a good episode anyway. Like seeing the perspective from a seasoned father versus like fresh fathers.
Yeah, I mean, because I know that like my dad's parenting style changed so much like throughout the years.
Same.
So like it's dramatically different. I was terrified of my dad for like the first few years because he was just, the 90s strict father, military family, and then
my dad's an ex-Marine.
Yeah.
And he definitely used those tactics on me.
Yes.
And then with my youngest brother, he decided I should probably be a little bit more caring.
I should probably love you.
Yeah. Not to get that deep.
Oh, man.
It definitely had its side effects on my mental health. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, me and my dad are a pretty good place. But
yeah,
there was definitely a rough spot for me.
Yeah, I think that like goes through with, every father. There's going to be tension. It's like, hey, I'm here to parent you, not always be your friend. But seeing the difference of my dad with me and Amelia, like him being a grandpa is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like she gets whatever she wants. Every time he sees her, oh, what's up, pretty girl? Hey, beautiful. Like, where were these compliments for me?
Yeah.
I didn't have to be pretty girl, but like.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't know. It's 2023.
Yeah. The first thing my dad like told me when I first like called him, because my dad lives across the country. He still lives in Colorado, so he wasn't there when Oliver was born. But when I called him, he said, "Enjoy it now, because one day he's gonna want to give you the finger." I was like, probably one day.
No, it's absolutely
But yeah, I'm excited for the podcast. I'm excited for this channel and just the year 2024 in general and ahead.
Yeah, I mean we're literally doing it.
Yeah.
So it's exciting and terrifying.
Very
cool.
Yeah. Next episode.
Shoot out those questions. Figure it out.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Do we have a signature like ending to our podcast?
Double finger guns.
And
it's like the most awkward dad thing in the world.
We're no longer cool dad.
Yeah.
My dad is killing me. Oh my god. That was not a joke. I did not mean that.
Your hip was really like cramped.
Yeah.